Welcome to the video, everybody, and welcome to Goodwill. As you can see, we charged straight over to the electronics. Went right past the purses and everything, and we're checking out this keyboard here, this ergonomic keyboard. Ergonomic electronics, you know, they do sell really well. Usually when I find some of the somewhat modern, I forget what model they are, but they're a gray and black Microsoft ergonomic keyboard, and as soon as I list them, they usually sell within 24 hours. Of course, you have to make sure to get them low, probably about $5 or less, because they'll sell for about $30 to $40 depending upon the accessories you have with it. Some of those ergonomic keyboards do come with different accessories, so definitely check the boxes. Generally plain with no accessories, just the keyboard itself, will sell for about $30. So that's why I always look at those, take a look and see. That's a bit of an older one. The problem was it was kind of discolored. It was kind of, the white was yellowing, which happens with age. So it wouldn't be necessarily a good seller. The electronics in this section right now are just crazy. Look at all the cords everywhere. It is pretty wild. And then, you know, this section, like, you know, you've seen before, it also shares the this section has the electronics share with the sporting goods section in this area. So you see the sporting goods over there. I'm definitely going to scope out the golf clubs. But I'm going to check through here and just see. I saw there's a bunch of Apple TVs sitting there. Now, Apple products in general do really well. Apple TVs do not. I don't know really why. I mean, probably because the Apple TV app is available on a lot of different devices now. But the Apple TV just doesn't have great resale value. So I'm gonna put them in the cart just to see what. They had them in a big old bundle. They had them all in a bag, so maybe the price for the bag would be okay, you know, if I sell them all individually. I think there was only maybe one power cord in there. So ultimately, it's not going to be worth it. I'm definitely going to put it back. I mean, they do sell. It would be a tough sell, though, to make any good profit. Especially with no power cords. And I really haven't found any good golf clubs as of late, so I'm gonna scan them and move on. But of the Goodwills that I do frequent, I have not found any good golf clubs at all. Now, when I'm at the flea market, I don't really go after the I don't really target golf clubs, but I probably should. I probably should, you know, at least look at the golf clubs that are there from time to time. And I do see them there. It's not something that... It's not like... It's not very common at our flea market. A little, like a camera adapter here. A battery adapter is what it is. For a Sony camera or something. I'm just going to scope out the boxes. A lot of large electronics here. Definitely want to keep your eye out for those VCR, DVD recorders. Those ones do really well. I know a lot of these, like VHS players can do okay. Some of the combo players can do okay. CD changers, like if it has a lot of, you can put a lot of CDs into it. I pretty much see a lot of like the 5-disc ones, but any of the ones that hold high volume of CDs can do really well. Cat cable, Cat 5. I think it was Cat 5 or Cat 5e. No, not really worth it. I have bought like big boxes of Cat 5. If you get it for a good price, you can sell the giant boxes. The problem is the weight and shipping that out. People usually find that pretty easily from electronic stores and stuff locally, so why would they buy online? So you really have to get it cheap so you can sell it and make a good profit, but you have to be able to justify the shipping cost because of the weight on those giant Cat 5 boxes. Sometimes they'll come like in 1,000 foot or more, like giant spools. Alright, we're scoping out the box wall. Looking pretty picked over though, so doesn't look very good in the wall of boxes. But let me tell you something, we are going to get some big hits here at this on this trip. And we're definitely going to cover everything in the recap, and stay tuned to the end because I'm going to talk about eBay algorithm and how to beat the algorithm, or how to get your items sold is what we're looking at, or what we're trying to do. We're all trying to do, get our items sold here. A little Apple like travel adapter, power adapter thing for Apple products. I think that's an older one, more for like older iPods. Nothing there, nothing I'm seeing. Check out these end caps. So far it's looking pretty light, but you always get that feeling when you're out there hunting for products that, like, alright, it's not looking good in the beginning, but you always have that in the back of your mind, or you get that gut feeling, that you're gonna find something. You're like, you know what, I know I'm gonna find something big today. So I want to get down here and check out the toy aisles, what I would like to do, because that's usually on my list here. Sorry. Like heel lamp, normally would have been a pickup, but it was missing the other part of the charging adapter there, and it looked like a proprietary connection, so not something that that would probably be I can easily find. Scope out some stuff here. However, I'm going to come back to the stuffed animal section at a little bit later here. And let me tell you, this was a relatively short trip. I know the video of me here is almost 16 minutes, and we were only here for about 45 minutes. They started to fill up with people, so getting a little too crowded, and we moved through everything. My wife was here with me, so we moved through everything pretty quickly. She's out scoping out the aisles, looking for stuff, and I'm over there doing my thing in the electronics and toys. And eventually, we kind of cross paths somewhere in the middle, and then we move on. And I look at what she's gone over already, and then she'll go over what I've looked at already, and then we kind of just go over each other's carts. What do we find? What did you find? What are we going to put back? What do we think of this? What do you think of that? So, great to have a second pair of eyes when you're out there sourcing. Definitely helps, especially for when you're, sometimes everything just becomes a blur, and it's easy to pass over items that could be profitable for you. Miscellaneous section. I really have hope every time I enter the miscellaneous section. There's a lot of hope that something will be there, because we have found some great stuff here. But it's just not today. This is a Jim Shore piece. Now, Jim Shore has a very distinctive look. Doesn't do just Disney stuff. There's a issue with the hand there, but I think so it appears that this Jim Shore piece, the what is it, Snow White, is fairly rare. Appears to be rare. So I think even with the broken piece, I can still make good profit on it, due to the fact that it's a Jim Shore piece, which Jim Shore is incredibly popular. Jim Shore Disney is really popular, and retail, it's high. It costs quite a bit retail. And I think due to its rarity, it could still sell well with a broken hand. It might be a broken finger. It might be a bird that was on her hand. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to double check the pictures, but I think there might have been a bird on her hand. We're in the blue glass, green glass. Out, you know, like textile pillows, but they also have the Target stuff here, and sometimes I find some good toys here. Sometimes they'll be priced pretty well. Some newer toys. Don't pass up just the newer toys. Just because they're newer doesn't mean they're still not going to sell. They will sell, and I've sold plenty of them. I've gotten great deals on newer toys that are out and sell them. Those pops don't really do too well. There was like a BB-8 thing here on the counter, but or on this little tray. It almost felt like it had like a weighted system on the inside, so like a gyroscope-ish thing. But I'm thinking that it's missing a head, because BB-8 has his, you know, the head. Now we're scoping out this end cap over here. I'm gonna check out the wallets. You guys know I like to buy and sell wallets, even small like clutch wristlets. They just do so well. They sell so well. They're easy to ship, easy to store. The tiny like Vera Bradley, which I didn't really, it's not gonna do too well. I'd have to get Vera Bradley wallets for like $1 or $2 at the most, because they'd probably sell somewhere around the $10 to $15 range for the Vera Bradleys. They're just losing steam here. They're losing value. If you can find some of the limited edition purses, limited edition prints that are retired, those do pretty well in purse form. I've sold some limited discontinued purse styles, and that has done pretty well in the Vera Bradley category. Purse category of Vera Bradley. We're checking out the wood. Just definitely want to scope out the wood. I'm not. It's not really anything good. Although I did find that one Viking ship over here in the wood. It was either in the wood or the metal section. I forget exactly. It was at this Goodwill. I find that Viking ship, which recently sold for $68. Okay, we're back in the plush section. Now, you know what? I thought I got video of it. But oh man, I thought I had a video of me picking this up. But in the cart, I found a Jellycat plush. That's what's in the cart. And I also, we're gonna cover this in the recap here, because I also got a Sensi, but it's a Disney 100 Sensi in there that goes for 200, maybe 250. 250 might be pushing it. This 250 is like brand new, sealed in a box. This is not used. It's probably open box, but it's in there. And I thought I had the video of it. I must not have clicked my camera on. Doggone it. Okay, but I found a Jellycat. There's a Jellycat in there. It's a goblin one. We'll cover it in the recap. Don't worry. And that's what I'm pouring through these right here. I'm like, wait a second. Did I miss? You know, I walked through here already, and I was like, oh man, did I miss it? And so I'm looking through here again, make sure I don't miss anything else. Oh, see the little goblin guy in the cart right there? That's a Jellycat. That's what you want to be on the lookout for when it comes to plush. There are some other great plush, but Jellycat is pretty easily identifiable, and of course, if it has the tag, you'll see Jellycat on there. Oop. That kind of upset that I didn't get a lot of that stuff, because I also got a Lego set. There was a guy coming out with a Lego set, and I got that too. This Garfield here, I saw sold comp for $71 for this Garfield here. I listed it, and I'm waiting for it to sell. We're closing in on Halloween here. and I still have it listed. Still waiting for a sale. I have offers up on it, but the sold comp, I couldn't find any listed. I just found the one comp for $71 on that, and I'm hoping to get an offer on it soon. The problem though with it is that it is sound. It does have sound, and the battery requirement's completely gone. This isn't from my earlier part in the video. I swapped items into my wife's cart. So while I'm putting stuff back, she's walking to the front. Let's go ahead and get into the recap here, guys. Okay, everybody, welcome to the recap. We got some great items here. I wish I had remembered to turn my camera on. I don't know what the heck I was thinking, but there were a lot of people there, and maybe that kind of threw me off for a little bit. There was one guy where I was looking at an aisle there, and I was just looking at some glass, and he said, "Excuse me," and I said, "Oh, I thought he just, passing by," but he just steps right in front of me, and then just starts looking at the glass that I was looking at, and then I was kind of thrown off. So either way, we got some great items, some items you definitely need to be on the lookout for. But let me say this really quick before we get into these items. Some of these items are more higher value items. You cannot rely on what we call the bolos, or be on the lookout for items. Heavy hitters, items with high profit. They're out there, yes, but you can't make a whole business around just looking for those items and that's it. You gotta find those smaller items, those items you see me pick up at the flea market. Yes, I try to look for $15 to $20 profit items, but sometimes a big bundle of items that will sell for $10 and I get it for a low cost, $10 each, that is. If I get a big bundle of $10 items that I can get like for $1 or less, in a bundle price, I'm gonna do that, because you sell 10 of those, it's $100. You sell 20 of those, it's $200. Then you throw in a $200 item, and then boom, there's $200 right there. Now you're talking like $400. So you can't rely on the bolos, but they're out there, and it's exciting when you find some of those things. So right off the bat, really quick, let me talk about the Garfield guy, the one that you guys actually saw me get off the shelf. Yeah, I don't think you saw me get this charger here, which isn't bad either. All right, this is the Garfield. It's a Dracula vampire. It is supposed to make a sound, but the battery compartment was just far too corroded. I definitely think it's broken. I'm not going to go bother cleaning it at all, because I'm just going to sell it as a plush. I already have it listed because it is Halloween, and I'm just disclosing the fact that it doesn't work and it has heavy corrosion in the battery compartment. There was a sold comp for $71. I don't know if I'll get 71. That was just one comp. It could be really rare, but the fact that it's not working also hurts its value a little bit. So I have offers open. I have it listed at $100. Trying to see, maybe I can get something high. Maybe people just want it for the plush, because Garfield plush does really well. And when I find Garfield plush, I'll pick it up if it's a good price. A lot of the vintage stuff goes for about right around $15 to $20. So you have to get it for around a few bucks, and then you can resell the vintage stuff pretty good. This is also vintage. It has the tags. We'll see. I'll probably update this in one of my YouTube shorts or something when it does sell. And hopefully it sells pretty quickly, because Halloween is pretty much here almost. Okay, this is the Jim Shore piece. Okay, you did see me pick this up too. This is the Snow White, and it did have a bird here on her hand, which obviously broke off. There was a sold on bids for $10, which had the bird. But there was a sold before that for $55. They did take an offer, so who knows what that is. Picked up for $609. I think I could probably get $30 for it, missing the bird. I mean, you could probably just paint over the hand, and it's just her hand. But otherwise, it's in great shape, other than the bird missing. So, Jim Shore piece. Gentleness and Harmony is what is the name of it. So if you see it, probably about a $40 to $50 sculpture if it's complete. Not complete, we will see. Hopefully we make some profit on that. You didn't see me grab the Legos. These don't go for much over what I paid for it. $11.49. But I'm going to hold on to it. It's sealed, new in the box. Hold on to it. Could potentially be worth more later on in the future. Legos do tend to hold their value or go up, especially if they're brand new in the box. Like these ones are. Here's another one here. Again, it doesn't go that much over what I paid for it. Like maybe $4 or $5. But I'm going to hold on to these. There were some sets, like these stunts one. You know, it's kind of like a one-off type of thing. Lego does these... I think they did it with like a monster series as well too, which at the time, you know, I remember when those monster ones came out, wasn't very popular. A lot of them sat on shelves, eventually discounted, and several years later, they're worth a lot of money. So I'm gonna hold on to these. I mean, this is obviously Little Mermaid, so it's Disney. This will probably increase a little bit in value. We'll see. Hoping it does, but at least it'll hold its value, and if I keep it sealed, I should be able to resell it in the future if I need some quick sales or just make my... I'll probably just... If I sell this within the next year or two, I'll probably just make my money back, but I'm going to stash these away, and for a rainy day, I guess, is what you can say. Let me put these over here. This is the power adapter. Definitely look out for these... camera battery adapter. This is a it just says battery adapter, but you could tell it's like either a camera or those old like little handheld video cameras, just because it has a little sliding slot where a battery would go. Look out for these, because I find a bunch of cameras where they come with a battery, they look great, but I have no way to charge it because I need one of these. So people are looking for these, they need them. This should go for about 25 to 30 bucks, and I paid $4.19. Easy to ship. You know, it's just wrap it, throw in a poly bag, boom, and it's gone out the door. So quick and easy profit there. My wife found this, along with a lot of stuff for herself as well too, which we both shop for ourselves when we're out at the Goodwills and flea markets. I think you saw me get that tablet, a tablet computer for myself the last time. $3.19. This is a Brighton. It's right there. Look at that. See the name right there. It also happens to have the tag. And this should go for about $25 to $30 for this fanny pack. It's nice, bright. We are going into winter, but Brighton tends to be pretty popular year-round. We will see. We will see what happens with that. This is more, in my opinion, more of a springtime type of item, but I'm going to post it anyway and hopefully get it sold for some profit. This is the Jellycat, and look, it has the tag, so that's even great. I paid $2.69. This is what is it? It has it right here. I am Grizzo Gremlin. So, and it even has the original price on here. The original price was $32.50 at the store. And there's the Jellycat tag, so definitely look out for that. This guy should sell for anywhere between $30 to $40 for this Jellycat, little gremlin guy. It's very soft, very soft. And they all kind of have this look to them, so... But obviously, look for the tag. If you feel a nice, soft plush, check the tag. If it's a Jellycat, grab it. I mean, obviously, it's got to be worth it, you know, your buying price. It's $2.69 for that guy. So definitely good profit there. So we got some great profit on all these items. And of course, you didn't see it on camera, but it was in my cart. I got the Disney Scentsy here. Scentsy typically... Oh, there's something else in here. I forgot about this. What is this? Oh, something else interesting. Well, look at... Why is there a Lego frog in here? Is it a Lego frog? It's not a Lego frog. It's like a tiny little frog. I don't know why this is in here. Did that come from the Goodwill? That's weird. Okay. I'm not going to take it out of the box, but it has a picture right there of what it is. Kind of like some 3mm film glass. Has the warmer. Hasn't been used, but it's probably open box. $13.69 is what I paid for it. Brand new, $250. I saw some lower ones, some used ones for about $100. Well, not used. I don't think I saw any used. I think they were open. $150 to $200. I don't know. I might shoot kind of high because it hasn't been used. It's missing part of the packaging on the inside. But the warmer hasn't been used. There's no wax in it at all. In the little the glass cup where the wax goes. So I might aim for 200 and look out for offers. But a Disney Scentsy, the 100th celebration. Be on the lookout. It's just, this is like 100. I mean, probably after fees and shipping and everything, maybe 100. I mean, if I sell it for 200, maybe right around $160, 170 bucks. So just sitting there for $13. You're gonna make well over $100 on this thing. Great profit right there. That is a great profit item. That's what we're always looking for. We're looking for those big hits, but you can't count on them as a business. You can't build a business around big scores all the time. And then, oh, my wife picked this up, and that's pretty good. They're $3.89. They are metallic metal, but they are like bottle. I guess you'll put them around your bottle or put them around your decanters. And what you got? You got gin, vodka, scotch, bourbon. It's got an Old English script on there. Just really cool barware. I've sold some of these before in the past. Not this exact, not this exact one here. There it is. But, oh, it's pewter. That's what it is. Pewter. It says in there, pewter. But similar type of, the pour spouts with the different names on it. Gin, scotch, and all that. And you'll be surprised. These things sell relatively well. Like I've said before, a lot of, like, barware, whiskey brands, vodka brands, branded stuff items, they do incredibly well. And some of us in that community of enjoying spirits for hobby, we pay up for these things. I pay up for these things. So I know that that stuff like this barware stuff, you saw me pick up some of the whiskey stuff. Did I show that? I probably posted that video already, but I picked up some of the whiskey and branded items. I think I did. Not sure if I posted that video or not, but you guys can tell me in the comments. I'll have to go back in my history. Otherwise, that's the recap of everything here. We've got some great items. Let's go into the topic of the day, and we're going to discuss eBay algorithm and what you need to do to beat that algorithm. Okay, everybody, so what we're going to talk about is the eBay algorithm. How to beat the algorithm. How to get your items sold, basically, is what it is. I've been seeing a lot of content on that recently. Everyone's trying different techniques, different steps. And some of them work, yeah. Some of them don't. Now, there really is no secret. A lot of people are talking about right now ending and relisting, which, yeah, you can do. That's perfectly fine. I do it too. I go in there, I look at what items are ending for that day, and I'll see if they're still relevant. Are they still at the right price? Is there anything I messed up on? Sometimes I find where when I did the title or I did in the description, I'll find like I combined two words by accident. I'm missing a space or something. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's why no one found it or why it's not being sold yet. So I'll go in there, I'll, put the space in there, look for misspellings, look at specifics, make sure that all the recommended specifics are in there. And I say recommended because there's a lot of specifics, but really the ones you want to fill out are the recommended ones. And recommended, I would recommend looking at your phone and going to the recommended if you're just creating a listing. If the listing's already in your store, if you go into your your storefront, the seller hub, you'll see a link there under. It's usually in the section where you have what you have to do for the day, like what you have to send out, offers you can send out. There should be one there as well if you have any available, or if you have any that are needed to be done. Recommended specifics. Go in there, take a look, make sure everything's appropriately placed. You really don't want to necessarily create your own specific, but you can write in your own if it's directly related to your item. Don't what they call keyword spam. Don't just put keywords in there if it's not related to your item. Make sure it's related to your item, and it'll help your item get found quicker. So that's what I do to make sure my items are seen, they're out there, and people can buy them. But the number one, that's two fingers. No, it's just one. There's one secret to beating the eBay algorithm and getting your items sold, and that is buying items that people want. Take it back. There's two things. Buying items that people want and pricing it appropriately. Now, by pricing appropriately, we've talked about this numerous times. You saw my Play-Doh closet video. You know, we were on our phones, me and my son, and we're scoping out things. We're looking to see what things we're selling for. Are they selling? What is selling? What style is selling? What color is selling? So you really have to look at all these specifics, you know, especially in the beginning. You have to be on your eBay app looking to get that information, that market research. I've talked about that before, looking for that market, doing that market research, so that way you can start, you know, filing it away. So when you're out and about in the future, you'll know, hey, I looked that up last time, and I know that, you know, if I get that in white, it's probably going to sit there for a little while. If I get that in black, that's going to be a lot better. If I go with a size, like if you're talking about shoes, if I go with a size 7, I know, you know, they don't really sell that much because I've looked that up already. If I go with a size 10, 10 and a half in men's, you know, that seems to move pretty quick. So you want to develop all that knowledge if you're, you know, in whatever category it is. It doesn't matter if you're shoes, if you're clothing, if you're glass, if you're jewelry. That does not matter. You have to go in and still do the research on all that stuff, because everything, most of everything, can sell on eBay if it's wanted and if it's priced appropriately. Okay, so I'm going to show you 2 items that I bought recently and sold within the same day. And these are items that I know are highly desirable based on market research I've done in the past, based on my selling history on eBay. And we'll go into them. We'll explain just a little bit here. I pulled them out already. So first off, and I may not have mentioned this in a video or not, but we have a Tokidoki purse here. Okay, I found this at the flea market. I got this in a lot of purses for 40 bucks. This sold immediately for $80. As soon as I listed it, within an hour, it was gone. Tokidoki is a brand that a designer, it's kind of like Hello Kitty, a little bit of an edgier Hello Kitty brand. You need to be on the lookout for Tokidoki. This is incredibly popular. This purse had no sold comps on it. How did I know it was going to sell? How did I know it was even going to sell? First of all, it's Tokidoki. It's got a classic like purse shape. It's got the double handles, which you want, you know, people like the double handles. But more than that, they like a crossbody strap or a shoulder strap, whatever you want to call it. Then it also comes with a bag charm. The bag charm in and itself isn't really worth too much, but when it's on a purse or when it's, you know, like Kipling, if you don't have that gorilla on your thing, that devalues it, and also it will take longer to sell. All that. I'm checking the insides. I'm making sure it's nice and clean on the inside, and it is. And look at the inside there. So because of all that, I'm like, all right, I know that I'm going to be buying this, and I know it's going to sell pretty quickly. Did I know it was going to sell as quick as it did? Not really. I didn't, you know, I was posting it. I knew it was going to sell eventually. Didn't know it was going to sell that quickly. But I know Tokidoki is going to garner a lot of attention, and it's just incredibly popular. If you look it up, look at the solds, you will see Tokidoki, and look how that's how it's spelled right there. Let me show you the thing right there. If you look at the solds confirm that this is very popular. It's, you know, as far as I can remember, it's been incredibly popular. It's just like Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty is really popular. And so is Tokidoki. So the next one here that sold relatively quickly, and by relatively quickly, I think I listed it, and then sometime in the middle of the night it sold. But a glass, not just any glass. This is a glass. And just really look at, I'm spinning it here so you guys can see. It's got a floral pattern. It's very embossed. It's got a floral pattern, a little pattern on the bottom as well too. This is from the Madonna Inn. It's in California, and it's a very popular place, very popular kind of touristy destination, you know, a hotel. They make specific glassware. They actually have it crafted within the United States, and the colors are somewhat limited. They generally will do only about 700-ish or so of that color. That's how much the maker can make at a time. So the colors tend to be relatively rare. Yeah, I mean, you can find it out there. It's just, it's some of the colors, like the cobalt blue isn't necessarily so much rarer than this orange one. Now, it comes from experience of selling these. I've had the experience of selling these, and I'll tell you what, I have never seen an orange one. I quickly, when I got this one, I went on their website to see if they're still currently selling it, because they do sell them on their website. And because I wasn't familiar with the orange, I was like, let me just go on their website. Maybe it's a recent, you know, it's been recently made. And no, it hasn't. And I can't find any on their website that are sold out, because a lot are sold out. And so this must be a really older version of the Madonna goblet. This is a mini goblet too. They make larger goblets as well. And see, I'm just familiar with this. Why am I familiar with this? Because I found it once a long time ago. I can't even remember the first one I found. Or me and my wife found it, and then we found it. So then I went in and did all my research on it. I was like, okay, this is a, first of all, when you find it at the Goodwill, you'll realize it's a nice thick piece of glass. It does have a seam. So some glassware does have a seam from the making process, and that's not a crack. It's not a crack. It's a seam in the glass. And sometimes the seam can be an indication of the quality. It's not as desirable than other glass, than, you know, glass that's you know, like Murano glass or Lennox. Lennox, not really. Waterford. Where you won't see that seam on there, but it has the seam, yes. But because this is a Madonna Inn, that's what gives it its value. That's what gives it its rarity. Also, what gives it its rarity is the color as well too. So you gotta be able to do all this research. How did I start off doing this research? I found one at the Goodwill. I found it. I went back into eBay, look at the sold comps. And actually, I think, you know what? I take it back. I started with a Google image. I Google imaged it way back. Now, I remember, okay, now the memory's starting to come back to me. See, I found it away, and slowly I'm starting to remember that. I Google imaged it. I was like, oh, this is from the Madonna Inn? Wow. Then I went ahead and did my research on eBay. Saw that there was plenty of sold history on these cups in multiple different colors. Then from there, you know, I looked it up online. I was like, because I might encounter these. I do live in California, so I might encounter these in the future. So I went ahead and did my research, started looking at the history of the cups, and that's how I gained all the knowledge that I'm now giving you guys in YouTube world. So the orange is rare because, first of all, I can't find it. There's no really sold history on the orange. Mine is now the newest sold history on it, and not only is mine the current sold history, but it's also sold for $35. So now there's a record of it, at least for 3 months. If you just search the eBay app, if you go into Terapeak, you'll get 2 years of data, and I am now starting that process of creating market research for this orange Madonna Inn glass. Really quickly, here's another color that sold relatively rapidly, and it's a very good color in glass to look out for. It just depends on the name, and, you know, obviously everything depends on the name, because not all of this color sells relatively quickly. Again, this is another one that sold really rapidly. I listed it last night, sold sometime in the morning. This is cobalt blue glass. Again, cobalt blue glass isn't necessarily that great. It does have a very, very striking blue in there. But if you watch some of my videos, I don't usually pick up a lot of cobalt blue glass because it's not really, there's really no value. This one here, though, because it's Madonna in cobalt blue, it has, it has a similar pattern as the orange one. Because it's Madonna in, it's a limited color that they make. The cobalt blue, I couldn't find any that are currently in production with the Madonna in. So that one sold for a little bit less. That one I priced it at $25 and it's sold for $25. No offers, no nothing. It's just sold at that price. And just because the cobalt blue isn't as desired, there's more cobalt blue available on the market. And if you go onto eBay, you look at the sold history, you will see that the cobalt blue it has more of a sold history than other colors. So the cobalt blue, and I think the red, the ruby red as well too, also have a pretty good history of sales. But the orange did not. I have a green one as well, which I listed and haven't sold yet. And then I have a yellow, or more like an amber one, also too, that does have a more of a sales history. So, what's the secret? How do you beat the algorithm? Buy items that people want. Buy great items in good condition. Make sure you price them appropriately. Do your research. Do your market research. Go into the eBay into the app. Does it have a customer base? If there's no customer base, odds are there's nobody that wants it. Nobody has attempted to sell it. There's so many sellers on eBay. There's so many customers on eBay that there should be a sale of, in my opinion, there should be a sale of almost anything. But, oh wait, here's another item really quick, because I'm staring off to this side and I'm seeing the item that I got to ship out today. Here's this one here. Surprisingly, there was a sold history on this. It's a Viking ship. It's just a steel, made of steel. It's tap welded. You could see tap welding. Not that it's necessarily a preferred method of weld. I mean, I don't know. It's just because of the flat metal here. So that's probably why they tap welded it. You can see right here. Let me see if that comes into frame. Yeah, there we go. So that it's tap welded, and it's just really well done. I've done tap welding. I know it's not. Well, it is easy. It takes a while to really develop your skills in it and not burn yourself. For those of you that have done tap welding, sometimes you got to use your hands and it gets a little close. And but just a really cool, well-made ship. This sold for $68. There wasn't much of a sold history. I had to go on to other sites, but I did find it. I put in all the keywords, Viking ship. It has a label for me to use as well too. Make sure you use your keywords. Very important in getting your items sold is making sure you fill out all the appropriate keywords for your items. So I'm mentioning other stuff too while I'm talking. So making sure your keywords are all in there. Making sure that you have enough information in the listing for people to find it. Ultimately though, what you have to do is have a great item that people want. I'm repeating myself now, but know that there's a customer base for it. How do you do that? Look at what's sold. Has it sold recently? Especially in the beginning, before you get, before you're getting, a bunch of knowledge, you're learning about selling, you're learning what sold, what doesn't sold. You need to rely on what has sold, because you need to get that money back. You need to get that money that you spent back into your business with the profit, so that way you can recycle it back into your business and start buying more stuff that you can resell. Buying items, making sure they're priced appropriately. Again, do your market research. See what they're currently selling for. The market will tell you what that item is going for. So when you're at the thrift stores, you're at the flea market, you're at garage sales, you're looking it up. You're like, okay, this has sold recently for this price. This is what I can offer. And that's what I do a lot at flea markets and, at Goodwills too, Well, Goodwills, there's really no haggling, but at flea markets, based on the history of me selling stuff. If I don't know what it is, if I haven't seen that in a while, I'll go on the eBay app really quick, just look, okay, this is what's sold. I automatically have on my app, you can set it up so that way the solds are locked in. So when you immediately search, all you get are the solds right off the bat. So I have it locked in my eBay app. Boom, solds are coming up. And I'm already calculating this is what I can offer to make a profit on that item. So ultimately, it's not a secret. There's no beating the algorithm. It's just buying items that people want. And if you want to have if you want to have sales right now, buying items that are selling right now. If you don't mind holding on to stuff, you can look to see, has anybody bought this recently? And yeah, okay, so people are buying it, but it's slow. Okay, I'll just hold on to it for a while, and I don't mind that. But I think a lot of people here want to sell, and they want to sell quickly. They want to get money back. They want to, have this, work as a income, so that way you can have more freedom. Or if you're working, 9 to 5, that can be, they call it a grind. It's a grind going 9 to 5. Most people are commuting. That's also included in your time at work, basically. So it's more than just it's more about getting away from being in that mode of, all right, we got to get ready, we got to go, boom, 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 I'm at work. All right, I'm off of work. I have like an hour, half an hour drive commute. Trying to get out of that cycle. Because in my opinion, it's not. It's for me. It's different for everybody. Okay, it's different for everybody. Some people like that. That's what people want to do. By all means, do that. For me, I like to have freedom. I like to have flexibility. And I think a lot of us that have families want that flexibility of being able to pick up our kids from school, go to field trips, do that stuff. And I hope that this is helping you guys. I hope that the information I'm providing is valuable and you guys can apply it to your own eBay store, Poshmark. I know I'm talking about Poshmark now a little bit more. And I told you guys in my previous video that my son's going to be running our Poshmark store, so I'm trying to get him up to speed as to what to be looking out for and what you should be doing, so that way we get sales. But let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the. Are you guys doing the ending and sell similar? I do it too, but I'm cleaning up listings. I'm adjusting prices, taking better pictures if I need to, and then but just buying items that sell, buying items that people want. That's how you get your items sold. Buy items that people want. And then price them so that way they can buy them. Price them so that way they can buy them. So then you have to buy that item at a good price. Your cost of goods have to your cost of goods have to be low. As a reseller, I believe your cost of goods have to be low. There's a lot of people that will complain, oh, well, you're cheating them, you're taking advantage of those flea market vendors. And no, I mean, I'm trying to buy stuff at a cost that is at a price that they're okay with, but I also have to be okay with that price. So there's a negotiation that occurs, and there's an understanding. Everybody knows. I mean, the people that I deal with regularly all know that I resell. There's no secret about it. They know I'm going to try to resell it. And they're trying to move stuff too. Everybody is just trying to move stuff. And when it comes to money, the movement of money is what keeps it going. You have to keep money moving. Even if you make just a few bucks on an item, you're getting your original cost back. You're getting some profit back, and then you can go take that money and put it into something else. So hopefully, the cycle continues and you can make more profit. Okay, that was a lot of talking. Maybe I'll explain some more, as things sell. I mean, you're seeing everything in the videos that I'm picking up. These are all items that will sell, that have a history of selling, that either they're on eBay, they have history, or I've sold them in the past. So I don't buy items that are going to sit around forever. So I don't buy items that'll really, all the items I pick up, they won't last longer than maybe a year and a half at the most. So there's no secret. Oh, I did want to mention one thing, and that's regarding impressions and page views, and yeah, all that stuff translates to eventually sales. But mine are currently going down. So my page views, my impressions are going down. Why are they going down? Well, the biggest thing is I'm not listing enough. My listed items in eBay, the stuff I have listed in eBay, there are all these boxes around here, have gone down. They've gone down a lot. I've been selling way more than I've been listing. One of the reasons why I kind of slowed down doing the shipping channel, because it's just so much that I'm shipping out. And if you don't have that much listed, you're not going to have that many views. You're not going to have that many impressions, because there's not as much listed as you had last month. So of course it's going to go down. Definitely look at all the metrics and try to determine why. Why is this going down? What is going on with my items? Are my items overpriced? Are my items just just so unique that you're waiting for a buyer to come around once every 2-3 years? Okay, that's enough talking. That's enough me trying to explain the eBay algorithm, because it's not an explanation of the algorithm. It's just buy stuff that people want. That's how I'm gonna end it. Buy stuff that people want to buy from you. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the new subscribers. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I do post in my shorts. Take a look at my shorts, and I'll put my highlights in there. Recent things I'm picking up. Recent things that have sold, that are highlights. Advice on maybe some I've just posted some advice on a Lego set. But I will have a lot of stuff in my shorts as well too. And then I have my Instagram link down below. If you guys have any questions, comments, you can always leave them here on the video. You can always DM me there as well too. I don't know if I think you can access somehow my message to email me or something on YouTube. I'm not sure really how to do that just yet, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to people know how to figure that out as well. Otherwise, let me know what you guys think of the video. Thumbs up if you like it. Maybe a thumbs down if you don't like it. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.